understand is that first and foremost, Sharia is not just law, but rather it's the entire system of Islam. The prayer, the fasting, the family life, and everything is included within that. So that's one issue. Another issue with this legislation is that it goes against the First Amendment of the Constitution, because it not only targets Islam specifically, but targets any foreign law within the state of Kansas will no longer be enforceable or allowed, which means Jewish law, Christian law, Catholic law, any religious law that's outside the state of Kansas will be unenforceable and will not be respected within the state of Kansas. So this is very unconstitutional, it's very against religion as well. A second major issue with this piece of legislation is that it's bad for business. Any corporation or any business that hopes to deal with contracts with companies outside the United States or even within inside the United States that don't follow directly Kansas law or that type of law will be unenforceable. So businesses engaging in contracts with companies outside the U.S., those contracts will be unenforceable, which will really put a burden on those businesses in being able to operate within Kansas. And right now, Kansas, along with the entire United States, is recovering from recession. Is trying to gain economics within this state. So if we pass this type of legislation, then this will be bad for business and it will put a great burden on these businesses. For these reasons, we believe that this law should be vetoed by Governor Brownback within the state of Kansas. We believe that Governor Brownback should veto this piece of legislation and not allow it to pass, not allow it to go anywhere, and stop it where it stands right today, and that's why we've gathered everyone here.
Sharia is just a statement that is very misunderstood. It governs the life of Muslims every day throughout the world. There's laws in Christianity and Judaism and other religions that help them to live better lives and become better people. Sharia protects the rights of a worshiper. After all, we know that this country, America, was founded on the importance of freedom of religion, freedom of thought, freedom of expression. And all of this is in the First Amendment. And Sharia coincides actually with the First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States. Sharia is not forced on anybody. The Holy Quran very clearly says, La ikraha fid din. And that's translated to say, let there be no compulsion in religion. So Sharia has been good for Muslims all over the world.
Hi, my name is Riaz Larif. I'm the director of Islamic Circle of North America, the local Kansas City chapter. And we'd like to express our opposition to this bill as well. And many of you may already know that Sharia has recently become a hot catchword. And everyone from the common man to the politicians, including the presidential candidates, talk about Sharia. In the past couple of years, some conservative individuals and groups have claimed Sharia, Islamic religious principles, as a growing threat to the United States without any facts behind their claims. These misguided individuals and groups also argue that the steady adoption of Sharia will deprive Americans of fundamental rights guaranteed by the U.S. Constitution. This allegation about Sharia cannot be farther from the truth. Using this onslaught on Sharia as a cover, the bigots and the racists are making a play that American Muslims should not be part of USA and create Islamophobia amongst the larger American community. Sharia fundamentally governs three aspects of a Muslim's life. It governs our beliefs, it governs our character, it governs our deeds and actions. It governs what do we do as a Muslim. We pray 5 times a day, we fast the month of Ramadan, we give charity, we go to pilgrimage, Quran and the Sunnah, the tradition of Prophet Muhammad, they'll ask us, they command us to be kind to our parents, kind to our neighbors, kind to our community. This is what Sharia teaches us. So people without the right understanding, they are opposing Sharia. This claim that the American Muslims are trying to impose Sharia on the USA is a claim which is false and unfounded. The Muslims, we understand that the law of this country is the US Constitution, and no American Muslim is trying to enforce Sharia on this land. It is a conjecture. It is a claim without any foundation. American Muslims living in the state of Kansas sincerely and strongly urge the governor, Sam Brownback, to veto this bill and save us all from further shame and misery.
Or in the House and the Senate, either you Republican or Democrat, need to be united and make sure that we all decent citizens live in state of Kansas and all other states. Please stand up. I'm asking our leaders, please stand up, and I'm asking our Governor Brownback, please veto this law. Thank you very much.
And I will say that any legislation that violates freedom of speech, I have a huge problem with. This isn't just an issue for Islamic people. This is an issue for every American. Every American who believes in their right to freedom of speech, which is protected under our civil liberties, needs to say something. Any laws that restrict our freedom of speech is a violation of our rights. It disturbs me as a citizen, as a white, non-Islamic citizen.
Today we like to see that the bill like Senate Bill 79 in the state of Kansas, a shame that every single state representative stood up and voted for it. I guarantee many of them even don't know what that bill about. Governor Sam Brownback, please do the veto of the Senate Bill 79.
With that, that's our